my name's Diana and I'm the Wandering Sewist, and this is Friday Sews. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. If you like what you see today, please consider subscribing, please like and share. And I'm just so happy to be with you today. And today I'm coming to you from my new sewing studio. This is in the basement in my house in Prague, which is why you can hear the echo. I had delivered today 6 shelving units to put all of my fabric and patterns on when they come. They should be coming in the next week or so along with all my other household goods, and hopefully that'll take care of the echo. When I get the fabric into the shelves there and get some things on the walls, and then I'll be able to film down here more easily. So you may have noticed that today I'm not wearing any makeup because I hurt myself. I have a swollen lip here, I have a scraped up nose, I have a scrape right here, I bruised. I was out doing my my morning running / walking, and I stumbled and I fell and I scraped my face on the sidewalk. So I decided it would be best not to put some makeup on over some of the open, swollen things. So sorry about that. I also have a large bruise and a scrape on my shoulder, and I really took a bad tumble. So I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to get my exercise in that's not so uneven on the sidewalks there with their cobblestone, and you know, some of them are lifted up or down, and you know, it's one of the risks that you run from exercising outside. So let's talk about sewing this week. So I haven't got a lot of sewing to talk about except for my scrappy quilt top that my mom started over 50 years ago when I was a small child. So my mother used to sew all of our clothes when I was young, and I'm 55 now. So many of these pieces are at least 50 years old. Some of them are even older because I remember being very, very little. So she would take the offcuts, the extra pieces of fabric, and she would just sew them together in random patterns. So, and then she would, once they got big enough, she would cut them and make them into squares. So I'm gonna get a few of the things that I've done to show you right now. Okay, so I have taken the squares that she made and I put borders around of this very neutral white. And I am piecing them together into rows right now. So here is a row that I have done. Oops, it's folded. So you can see that it's a row of 8 squares. And I have 6 of these rows. I have 3 of them already pieced together and 3 more to piece together. And then I will be able to sew all the rows into one large quilt top that will be 6 squares by 8 squares. So it's gonna be pretty big. I remember this fabric, my mother made my dad a really nice dress shirt with a collar for going to church, and he loved it and he wore it so much. She made me a church dress out of this one. Let's see, what else can I remember? Oh, she made me a sundress for my 13th birthday out of this fabric. When I was 5 or 6 years old, she made me a suit, a shirt and matching pants. And this must have been in 1972, 1973, going to my first day of kindergarten in a shirt and pants out of this fabric. What was she thinking? Oh man. So there's a lot of memories associated with these. I remember she had a pair of pants out of this fabric that she wore to death. She wore them constantly for years and years. This one, she made my brother a collared shirt out of this one. So great. It's been bringing back a lot of memories. I lost my mom in October of 2021. And it's been good to go back through the fabrics and to just, be nostalgic and remember the Christmas presents and the birthday gifts and the first day of school. And, it's been really, really great. Summer vacations, there's a couple of fabrics in here that Mom would make. She always made my sister and me like little halter tops that were made in like a trapezoid shape, like across here and then out to the side. And it just had a tie around the neck and a tie around the back. And that was our summer top. And then she would make little matching shorts. And it was always out of this horrible polyester. At the time, I thought it was great because it was the 70s and everything was made out of polyester. But now I look back and I think, wow, I wore this horrible thick polyester in the summertime. And I thought it was great. So funny. Today, what am I wearing today? Today I'm wearing a ready-to-wear dress that my daughter gave me because it didn't fit her properly. I love the way this fits. I love this is elastic around here, which is the smallest part of my body, so it makes me look like I have a shape. Even though I have a bit of a mom tum poking out here, you really can't see it that much. And I really like the shape that it gives me. It's a maxi skirt with a ruffle on the bottom. I know you can't see that part, but the top is the best part. And the lace on the sleeves. I really, really like this dress. So I was wearing it today for my trip into Prague just to look nice, because European women, whenever they go out of the house, they dress up. They don't go out of the house in shorts and t-shirts and tennis shoes. No. When they leave the house, they're putting on nice clothes, a dress, a pretty pair of shoes. Their hair is done. Not many wear makeup. Only the really young women and teenagers do. A lot of the more mature women of a certain age like me don't tend to wear that much makeup. But yeah, I wanted to blend in a little bit more. So I wore my pretty dress out and about in the city today. Bought some ice cream and some of the other essentials that you need to have around the house. So that's life. My spill where I hurt my lip and I have skinned up my nose. I hurt myself right here. I really did a number on myself. I got this. I look like I've been through some sort of a battle. But I got checked out by a nurse, and she said that I'm okay. I just need to take it easy. And, be more careful. Yeah. So the other thing that happened this week was I had my first sewing social on Sunday, and 5 ladies from the Facebook group came to my house, and we had a very nice time discussing sewing and what our backgrounds were in sewing and the things that we wanted to learn. And there are several people with some great expertise that I can't wait to work with. And so since I started the social, I thought that I would offer to host the first workshop. So we're going to have a workshop on October the 15th at 11 a.m. And we're all going to make one of these boxy bags that I just followed the tutorial from the Crafty Gemini on how to make the boxy bag. And the great thing that I really love about this is it's completely finished on the inside. There's no need to put binding in, and there's no raw seams. And even though she gives the dimensions in the tutorial for the rectangles that you cut as 8 inches by 10 inches, as long as you have a zipper long enough, you can make the bag as big as or as small as you want. You could make a teeny tiny one for putting on key ring to hold like hand sanitizer or your medication, or a chapstick, or you could make it big and have it as a full makeup kit or anything. Like a man's shaving kit. You could make it out of vinyl on the outside, and then you could put a waterproof like pull fabric on the inside, and you could put some slip pockets inside and outside. You could even put extra zipper pockets. If this side is tall enough, you could put an extra zipper pocket here on the side. You could do all kinds of stuff. This is one of those very basic patterns that's very adaptable to anything that you want to get from it. So I have offered to host the workshop on how to make these. And I am asking each of the ladies to bring their own supplies, their own fabric and zippers and interfacing, and their own sewing machines. Now I hope and I pray that my tables have been delivered by then, because I have 2 long fold-up tables that I could put down the center of this room, and I have some extension cords that we could put into the wall, and we could plug in several sewing machines so several people could be sewing at once. So I'm really hoping that all of my things come before then so I can have my tables. So yeah, the week has been not too busy, and I'm going to be taking it easy for the rest of the week after all of this. So the boys, my 3 youngest sons, are here in Prague with us, and they will be starting school next week. Next Friday we have orientation, which is not really the first day of school, but the school will be open. And so we get to go to the school and meet the teachers and find out where the classrooms are, and all of the things that we can do the first day. It's kind of like open house in the United States, which is pretty great, but it's during the day instead of in the evening. And I got also delivered something to put my sewing machines on down here. Now, it's not necessarily the best thing, but I found a trick for it. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see. It's a desk, like a student desk. Has a drawer and a little cabinet. And my machine sits very high up here. And what I am loving about that is I can stand while I'm sewing. So I've been sewing these quilt blocks together standing, because this desk is so tall. It's all the warehouse had as far as tables until my personal tables come in my household goods. I'm just going to use this. And I actually like standing while I'm sewing. I think that it's better for me, better for my posture. And I find that my neck and my back I don't get that, you know, that, because when you're sewing, sometimes you hunch like this. You know, I don't know if you do that while you're sewing. Sometimes you hunch up your neck and you can get pain and tension here. And when I'm standing while I'm sewing, I'm just looking down and I'm using good posture. I don't have that tension and pain in my neck and shoulder, which is great because I've been having a problem with that. So I'm happy that I get to stand and sew. So that's been actually, I thought it would be a bad thing, but it turns out to be a good thing. So that's great. I think that is it for me this week for Friday Sews. I will continue to work on my quilt top, and I will, as soon as I get it done, I will take some photos and put them up so that you can see what the whole thing looks like all together. I probably will not be able to get backing fabric and the batting for the middle for a little while. It's a bit of a search to find it and a bit of a financial battle right now with the move and everything. I'm gonna have to wait for a bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish putting the quilt top together. And then my next thing that I really, really want to start making is my Mountain View pull-on jeans from Itch to Stitch. Now I've made the pattern twice, but in shorts. The first time I made the pattern according to my measurements, and I found it to be a little bit too loose. So the second time I sized down, and I found that to be perfect. So that is what I'm going to make my Mountain View pull-on jeans. I'm gonna make the full length jeans because summer's almost over and it's gonna be very cold and rainy and windy in Prague for the fall. So I need full length jeans that fit me nicely and will look nice with a pair of booties or nice leather shoes or something that I can dress up for going out in Prague. So I hope you have a great sewing weekend. You have beautiful weather wherever you are and lots of time to sew. Take care. Bye.